Making sense of direct and indirect questions in English. Hello and welcome back to our language learning journey. Today, we'll be tackling a very interesting and important topic in English grammar: direct and indirect questions. If you've been wondering about the differences between these two, then you're in the right place. So, let's dive right in. First, let's talk about direct questions. These are the questions we use in everyday conversations. They're straightforward and are typically used when you are speaking directly to someone and expecting a reply from them. For example, what time is it? Where is the nearest bus stop? How are you doing today? Direct questions often start with a question word, like who, what, when, where, why, how, or an auxiliary verb, like do, have, can, is. Next, let's move on to indirect questions. Unlike direct questions, indirect questions are a little more formal and polite. They're often used in professional settings or when you want to show respect. Instead of asking the question directly, we phrase it in a way that it seems more like a statement. For example, could you tell me what time it is? I was wondering where the nearest bus stop is. I would like to know how you're doing today. Notice that these questions don't end with a question mark, and that's because they're not direct questions, they're just framed that way. So, how do we convert direct questions to indirect questions? Well, it's actually pretty simple. 1. Start with a polite expression like, could you tell me? Do you know? I was wondering. I'd like to know, etc. 2. Follow it with the question itself, but remember to change the order so it sounds more like a statement. For example, direct, what time is it? Indirect, could you tell me what time it is? One key thing to remember is that while direct questions often end with rising intonation, indirect questions typically end with a falling intonation, as they're structured more like statements. And that's it for today's lesson on direct and indirect questions in English. Understanding this difference will not only help you improve your grammar, but also help you communicate more effectively and respectfully. Remember, practice makes perfect. Try converting some direct questions to indirect ones and use them in your daily conversations. Thanks for joining us today, and as always, keep practicing and happy learning.